The journey of spiritual awakening. The narrative centers on the profound spiritual and existential evolution of a young initiate, Jeshua, as he navigates the complex tension between his personal identity and his perceived divine calling. Within the sanctuary of his Essene brotherhood, Jeshua finds himself caught in a whirlwind of internal doubt and external expectation. His story is not merely one of religious adherence, but a rigorous, soul-searching inquiry into the nature of divinity, the responsibilities of leadership, and the mysterious, multifaceted concept of virgin birth. As he moves from the domestic comfort of his home to the rigorous standards of the assembly, he is continuously pushed to reconcile his human insecurities with the vast, cosmic implications of his life's trajectory. The crucible of testing and choice. The transition from a student of the Brotherhood to a potential leader is marked by high-stakes trials that challenge Jeshua's fundamental understanding of his own agency. The crucible of testing and choice. The transition from a student of the Brotherhood to a potential leader is marked by high-stakes trials that challenge Jeshua's fundamental understanding of his own agency. His father, a figure of radiant wisdom and spiritual authority, acts not as a crutch but as a deliberate guide who refuses to offer easy answers, insisting that true conviction must arise from internal realization. During a pivotal assembly, the introduction of the esteemed Joseph of Arimathea provides a stark choice: the comfortable, secure path of a respected teacher or the daunting, mysterious road of a master of the world. This moment serves as a metaphor for the broader human struggle between the safety of the known and the transformative potential of the unknown. The burden of expectation. Jeshua grapples with the weight of being perceived as divine while feeling inherently inadequate, learning that failure is a necessary component of growth. The power of perspective. Through his interactions with the secret master and Joseph of Arimathea, he realizes that the trial was not just a test of knowledge, but a test of his willingness to serve humanity above his own interests. The act of surrender. By choosing the jewel of the masters of the world, Jeshua moves beyond his ego, signaling his transition from an individual with personal desires to a servant of a universal mission. The burden of expectation. Jeshua grapples with the weight of being perceived as divine while feeling inherently inadequate, learning that failure is a necessary component of growth. The power of perspective. Through his interactions with the secret master and Joseph of Arimathea, he realizes that the trial was not just a test of knowledge, but a test of his willingness to serve humanity above his own interests. The act of surrender. By choosing the jewel of the masters of the world, Jeshua moves beyond his ego, signaling his transition from an individual with personal desires to a servant of a universal mission. Understanding the virgin birth. Central to Jeshua's existential angst is the mystery of his own origin. His mother's fervent conviction and his father's enigmatic teachings regarding the three modes of virgin birth force him to confront the limits of hearsay and the necessity of direct spiritual knowledge. Rather than accepting traditional narratives at face value, he is encouraged to delve into the metaphysics of existence, specifically how spirit emerges from the biological form. His journey is one of moving from intellectual confusion to a deeper, visceral knowing that transcends words and external validation. 1. The biological miracle, often perceived as the literal intervention of the divine into the physical womb. This mode is the one most commonly understood by the masses. 2. The raising of the spirit. This involves the awakening of the dormant, pristine spirit within the cells of the human body, a process requiring purity, will, and love. 3. The synthesis of truth. This higher mode of understanding implies that events can be interpreted through a larger, more inclusive framework, allowing for a truth that accounts for both human experience and divine essence. The path of universal brotherhood. As Jeshua matures, his definition of family expands from his biological kin to encompass all of humanity. This realization is both terrifying and liberating, as it strips away his reliance on familial support in favor of a deeper, more profound connection to the collective human soul. His bond with his peers, particularly the intense connection he shares with John, illustrates how true communion is found in a unity of purpose that bypasses the need for constant verbal confirmation. His life becomes a testament to the idea that greatness is rooted in service and that to be a master is, ultimately, to be the most dedicated servant of the human experience. The narrative emphasizes that spiritual enlightenment is not a destination but a continuous process of tempering and refinement. By balancing the need for intellectual curiosity with the discipline of spiritual practice, Jeshua emerges as a figure capable of bridging the gap between the mundane and the divine. The recurring imagery of the white feather and his father's ability to exist in multiple places simultaneously serves as a constant reminder that the material world is merely a reflection of deeper, unseen realities. Jeshua's commitment to his path proves that true divinity is not something bestowed or claimed, but something realized through the persistent, honest interrogation of one's own heart and the courageous decision to embrace the unknown for the sake of the greater good. This exploration of Jeshua's life underscores that the search for meaning requires both personal sacrifice and a detachment from the desire for immediate comfort. By embracing the path of the masters of the world, he accepts that his life is no longer his own, but a bridge for humanity to reach a higher state of consciousness. His journey encourages readers to look beyond the surface of their own lives and consider the deeper, more profound responsibilities they may have to the world around them, ultimately finding that the most challenging choices are often the ones that lead to the most enduring and glorious personal fulfillment.